welcome back to the Awaken Podcast, Bridging the Gap. Today we are excited that we have Dominique Marshall here with us with Guilford High School. We are going to be talking about a lot of different things. We also have our second host here, Quentin Thomas.
Outreach and recruiting coordinator.
Yes.
/ podcast host now.
Yes.
That's my resume.
Price went up.
Right? You hear me? Yesterday's price is not today's price. And for sure, not tomorrow's price.
Yes. So Dominique Marshall, tell us a little bit about you. First off, thank you for coming and agreeing.
Absolutely.
We are so excited. This is something new that we're trying. We have our questions that we're going to ask you, but we kind of want to just learn about who you are, your relationship with Guilford, the work that you do with the Black Student Union, and just tell us about who you are.
Once again, Dominique Marshall. I actually graduated from Guilford back in 2010. I am a attendance specialist at Guilford, so I deal with a lot of attendance issues that's going on or whatever. I'm also over the Black Student Union. I'm their advisor and the class advisor of this year. Nice. So I'm pretty busy around here, you know. On top of that, I'm also part of the teaching program, so I will be getting my certification in teaching as well for global studies and African American history. So
yes, sir.
Yeah, man. I'm out here trying to do it, man.
Yes, absolutely.
So yeah, I got a lot going on right now.
That's amazing. That's good. That's good.
Yep. Talk about your impact with the student body. Like I know, like on social media, you can see it probably best on the Facebook page as far as your interaction with the students. I know when I'm there, your class is kind of the epicenter. It's where they come hang out sometimes when they're in trouble or where they just come in the kind of silo. Talk about kind of being that person, especially within the same halls that you use, and like maybe some people that were that kind of confidant for you.
Absolutely. So it's a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing because I build relationships with students, not only in the school but also outside the school, where the teacher talk about some. Oh yeah, I know your parents. You know, so it's kind of awkward now. But I know a lot of students outside of school because of that, or because of church or whatever, or they're in the mentor program that I also do as well. So it's cool to have that relationship with students where they know that there's a safe place they can go, somebody they can talk to. I have students who come in, they don't just talk about school-related things, maybe some stuff that's going on at home or a piece of advice, or even they all know I'm a youth pastor, so they come talk to me about, you know, things about that as well. So it's a good thing, but then you also have where sometimes the kids feel like, I'm just going to come up in your office and sit with you all day. I'm like, no, you got to go to class. Now your teacher looking at me crazy because you in my office all day. So it's like I said, it's a blessing and curse, but it's more of a blessing because I wish I had that safe place when I was in school. You know, back then Guilford wasn't a as open as it is now. We was the minorities. I'll put it like that, and we didn't have nobody we can go to. So knowing that there's a black male in the building that other black males can see and use as a mentor, it's a blessing. So.
I love that. I love that. You really get to see the representation and what that means.
Absolutely.
Especially with you being a youth pastor, now being about to be an educator, and just being present, being able to see what you can be and who you can become, especially in education, is really, really important. Can we talk about a little bit about the origin of the partnership between the Awaken Foundation and Guilford and how that happened?
God's timing for everything, pretty much. So I've been on Quentin all my life. Like we grew up pretty much as my brother, you know. Yeah. So he was talking to me about the program. I'm like, let's do it. You know, thank God I have a good boss. Shout out to Gus Carter, our principal. He's like, he trusts me. Anything that I'm like, hey, Carter, I want to do this, I want to do that. He said, Dom, the only thing I ask, don't get me fired. Bet. I can definitely try not to do that. So Quentin talked to me about it. I brought him in. He met with Gus. Gus was loving it. He was like, this is what we need. And I'm like, well, let's do it, you know. And it worked out. Like I said, I wish there was stuff like that when we were in school. And the fact that, you know, in high school, we push college. We push, hey, you need to go to school. You need to do this. But school is not for everybody. You know, school is not for everybody. So the fact that we have another outlet that the students can look forward to. And, man, they took great care of the kids that we took. So it was just a blessing, for real.
I love that. You guys really set the tone. Quentin, you know what I'm about to ask now. You know what I'm saying? I gotta say it. This collaboration, this partnership, When I say it set the tone, you guys really set the tone of the very first trades signing. Oftentimes you see it with athletes, you see it in college, but you guys really set the tone with having a celebration and a signing for your trade students. Can y'all talk about how that came about and just how that made y'all feel?
I was just excited to do it, to be honest with you. It was kind of out, like you said, it's out the normal. Like we always did it for the athletics department. I'm like, man, this is important.
Exactly,
These kids are signing their life away right now, man. So it's very important. And, I talked to Quinn about it, and we sat down, like, let's just make it big. And I'm that guy. Like, I'm celebrating anything. Anything. So why not have this? Why not invite the families over? Because the students that we did initiate into the program, a couple of them really struggled. And the fact that they made it out, they graduated on time, they was able to go to the program, that was a huge thing. So why not celebrate them? And I think that's our biggest issue. We don't celebrate other pathways, And I don't know how, if you guys don't know how big this really is, like, it's to a point the district is now looking at it like, hey, we need to make this a big thing, So I'm excited about next year because y'all thought that was something. Oh, we going big.
We are going up for sure. And that was kind of the intentionality behind the whole thing is like, bringing awareness because like you said, everybody's celebrating the athletes and they should be celebrating because what they're doing is incredible and it's an incredible opportunity. But one of my main focuses as a recruiter and in general just with the Awaken brand was making sure that it's seen as a viable option and not a plan B. This could be plan A, not plan A and B or 1 and 2, but like this is 1A, 1B because it very much is a good option for some people. It's going to be a better fit than school for some others. For some, they're going to do trades and school. So it doesn't have to be either or. It doesn't have to be one or the other. And it's definitely not one versus each other. It's just really more about the fit and just making sure that they know that, look, you can make some real money and in real time. Like the timetable is a lot faster. So you do have to be a little more focused. You got to show up. You got to be there. But you're going to get results a lot quicker. And there are some of our population that just needs a change a little faster than school is going to take.
Absolutely.
And they need more hand-holding. School, it depends on the size of the school. Like our staff is probably at most going to be at 10. You're going to see 10 people throughout this 8 to 10 weeks that are going to be very impactful in a very quick way and trying to help you turn your life around. Straight out of high school, that's an amazing opportunity. We all know that. I can tell you what I did with 18, 19, 20, 21. It wasn't none of this type of stuff. It was not focused. And it's a lot of those life lessons that they can get also that they're getting in high school that we're now able to transfer really quickly and kind of, try to impact them early on. When our other guest came in, he was saying, how he wishes he would have had this in the earlier stages. And that's one of the things that he always tried to impress upon the high schoolers. Is like, look, you are ahead. You're ahead of the game right now. Stay ahead of the game.
Absolutely.
Like you made this step, stay ahead of the game. Like stay on top of it. Find something next. Because we all know you, like you said, you can lose 2 or 3 years pretty quickly. Easily. You look up and it's gone.
Easy. Because that was my biggest issue. Like when I got out of high school, I really didn't know what I wanted to do. To this day, I'm 33 years old. I just decided, I'm going to be a teacher. So I got computer science. I did music for a while. I'm like, none of this is what I want to do. And the fact that there's something that these students can be like, okay, if I do want to go back to school, it's cool, but I still got this trade. I'm good here. Absolutely. I can work my butt off, and then eventually I'm going to go back to school instead of waiting like a lot of people in my class who graduated from high school and not doing anything, So I'm like, it's a perfect opportunity. Like these kids have it so better than we did.
And that's, I always struggle with like, man, they have better than, but that's always been the goal is for them to have it better.
Absolutely.
So I'm starting to embrace like they're supposed to have these opportunities. We're supposed to make sure they have them.
I'll be jealous though.
Big time, bro. Huge, big time. And I'm gonna make sure I tell them too. I'm jealous of y'all this opportunity. So because of that, and I'm embracing my unk phase, and because of that, Big Unk gonna be on you.
Man,
Uncle Q gonna be do you see what's in front of you? Like, instead of creating debt now, you can get paid to learn if you want to do this. You can get to the end of the process and be like, this ain't for me. Right. And you got paid to learn that you didn't want that, because learning what you don't like is just important as learning what you do like. Because, you know, we talk about how much money can be made in the trades, but you can make $100,000 a year and be miserable. And hate getting up and going to work. Hate what you're doing. Like, no, we want you to find something that you like doing and that is viable. You want to be able to, you know, pay your bills and live a good life, but find what you want to do.
So thinking about like the partnership that you guys have had, that you've been able to sustain, grow, you guys have built a lot of trust and loyalty in the partnership with the students and with the, and just taking it back to the signing. The signing was, one, a historic moment. Two, the media was there, the families were there. What kind of reactions did you guys get from people, from the students themselves, their families? What kind of reactions did you guys get from that?
I know I had a lot of parents reach out to me afterwards, like once they seen it on the news, and I did that. I don't like ever doing stuff to be seen. But my pastor already told me we should be seen doing stuff, right? So I really love the fact that I called the news people. I was like, hey, I need all you here. You know, I called the school district, hey, I need you up here, you know. And it's because of that, because after that, we had people calling like, hey, how can I sign my child up for this? What is this program? Can you tell me about it? I have open house tonight, and they like, hey, can you set up a table so we know? I'm like, sure, I give you all the information you need. I need flyers before. So I'm like, let's go, you know. And I just feel like it's going to open up something. And then for it to happen at Guilford is another blessing, because, I mean, why not?
Why not?
Guilford one of the greatest schools. I know. But Guilford one of the greatest schools. So why not start there?
I'm gonna let him slide with that, because he knows that I want to represent for Auburn Nights. I'm not gonna let him say that without me putting Auburn out there. But again, I'm super appreciative, because Guilford has opened their doors every time. Every time we have an idea, they're like, let's do it. We've been at the football games. We've been at lunch other events. We've been at the open houses. We've done the lunch hours. Like, they've always opened the doors and allowed us access to the students, and that's important, because you don't just allow everybody access to your students. You just don't. And so to have that opportunity has been great, and it's definitely, like he said, we've seen it grow, and we've seen it. We know that the best way to get anything out is going to be word of mouth. The people are not talking about you, it's not happening.
It's very much true.
And so, like, that was a very good stamp to have that happen, because of course after then, like, recruiting becomes just a little bit easier once the word is out, because now people are just trying to find you, and it's just making sure that you have the information, you know, easy to access, and being available.
And one thing I will say that I thank you for is being consistent with it. You know, I have a lot of people who've hit me up like they want to come in and do things at the school, and like I say, I'm cool. I'm open for it. Gus is open for it, but they're not consistent. You know, I know if Quentin's coming to do some stuff for the foundation, he's gonna be consistent. He's gonna make it work. He's gonna follow up on the students, and they always say, well, your boy hit me up again. I say, good. Did you text him back? You know, so I like that, and I'm thank you for that. You know, because it make it easy for me. You know, to keep letting you come in. So
we all gotta do it community. We gotta do it community style, and they know I'm gonna call it too. Like, you answer your phone, so yes, I called down. I sure did. He gonna call your parents
definitely
too.
Call
your parents too.
Because you gotta get this done, man. They don't always, you know. I always look at it like there were some people who pushed me when I wasn't listening to my parents. There were some other people who definitely stepped up and was like, boy, what is you doing? Or if I'm doing well, keep doing what you're doing. They see me kind of slacking off. It was even some of my older, when I was in high school and younger, some of the older guys like, hey, what you doing? Like, you got your hat turned. No, you don't roll like that. Like, it just keep you straight. So it's like he said, it's our job now to be that, and they listen. And for whatever reason, they listen. So look,
like you said, we honk now. And
I just have to accept it. Like, okay, I don't really.
Lord,
I think you complimented me. I'm pretty sure it's backhanded, but I'm
all right.
But it's cool. I'm like, as long as they listening, they go cloud. They are absolutely here to troll us. But I'll be at the end of your trolling. As long as you listen, I'll still go slide a little advice in there, slide a little free game in there, all of that, because you might take it, you might not.
That's
and
true.
I just want to make
and that's
sure
what a lot of students need. They just want somebody to listen to them. You know, they want somebody to feel like, you know, I got somebody I can talk to, and that's, man, I'm telling you, that's how I build relationships. I shut up and I listen. You know, I literally have kids coming there, they crying and they don't want to talk for a while. Cool, I'm here. You know, then they come and they say, you know, 2 hours later we went down this whole rabbit hole. But it's just having somebody there, and that's the most important thing in building these relationships.
Yeah, absolutely.
How would you guys, with this partnership and this collaboration, how would you say that the awareness of trades has really grown within Guilford?
So we have our pathway for health. We have a pathway for education, pathway for business. So we're trying to figure out how can we get that pathway created for trades. It's something huge that's going on. And like I said, school is not for everybody, So why not meet our kids where they are and let's get them set up, for success after school. So I know that's one thing we're thinking about doing now. And so far, it's going to be a process.
Yeah.
Because everyone don't see like we do. Everyone don't agree with what we do. Yeah. But I mean, at the end of the day, once we show them the results of what we're doing, I think it'll come around.
How can you guys speak to the confidence of the students that were going through the program, like from the signing to them going through the program with them graduating? How can you speak to their confidence and like some of the changes that you may have seen?
Yeah, I think that's just one of the things. It's like it's such an impressionable couple years.
Yeah.
When you're getting into high school, you're starting to finally get into. We're kind of giving you the keys to your own life, and you. For the most part, if I'm thinking about myself back then, I was trying to figure out what am I gonna do with that. Like now, I got the choices, but that comes with a level of pressure. Like, what are we supposed to be doing? What do I want to do versus what I'm supposed to be doing? What fits for me? What doesn't? And so to have something that like the high schoolers, their camp is 2 weeks, so it's 10 days of kind of a peek into like a field. So it's like you're getting a chance to see if I like this. Okay, what is it like when I'm learning it? What is it like when we're doing safety? What is it like when we're doing the stretches? What is it like when we're doing, the day-to-day routine to kind of see, okay, this is something I maybe could do for the next couple of years because, again, it's kind of like finding your way. Yeah. So finding what works for you, what doesn't, and getting a chance to see that in particular with the instructors we have for the high schoolers, they got a very interesting kind of perspective because we have one instructor, the lead instructor is kind of a guy who's been in the game for years and years and years. So he's a wealth of knowledge. But then on the other hand, his grandson is one of our other instructors who was only... See, Eric is maybe a couple years older than them. So you seeing somebody who had 40 years in the game, somebody who is at maybe 10 years in the game, but like 2 or 3 years your senior. Like he only a couple years older than you, and at a couple years older than you, this is where he's at compared to where you are. So it's one of them like he knows a lot of knowledge, and so it's like in this short amount of time, I can bridge a lot of education, experience, and all that stuff, and really put myself ahead. Yeah. And just being able to see that from there to all the way down to Eric, who was closer to their age, and then someone like Quentin Hudson, who was a student less than a year ago, and now is instructing, like full-blown instructing. Wow. So to be able to see how quickly the trades can move your life is important as a 18, 19-year-old. You're like, this could be something for real.
Absolutely.
I know I ran into a student literally like 2 nights ago at the store, and it's one of the kids, I'll tell you later who it was, but I was just talking to him about the program, like how's it going or whatever. He was like, it's great. It's an afternoon program, and he was just saying how he don't think he'll be still around if he wasn't doing this program. Oh, wow. The fact that he had this opportunity to do something with his life, he was going down the wrong path for a minute, So I think it's making a huge impact on students more than we think it is, So that's cool.
Yeah.
So now I want to get into some other questions.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord.
Let's shake the table a little bit.
Don't get me fired.
No, never. There's blowback. It can come back for me. I work for me. So, So, with everything that you guys have been doing, you guys have really been pioneering and just propelling a mission that has just been exceptional and amazing. In what type of way do you think that you guys are setting the precedent for the district? Because if we really take a look at RPS 205, while there have been some changes, there still need to be some changes.
Absolutely.
But you guys are really taking initiatives to really set the tone, especially in the trades industry when it comes to partnership, when it comes to, working with the students. In what ways do you really think that you guys have just taking the success of this and really showing people like, this is how you do it? Because the signing, just from my perspective, was we talked about it, we said it, and this is how you do it. We're not just going to keep talking. We're going to make it happen. You guys made it happen.
it shows that the district gonna have to step it up.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to really step it up. There's a lot more than what they think is out here. And I know our district is very adamant about partnership, but then I'm trying to say this without getting fired. Partnership is huge in a district, but we use them when we need to.
Yeah.
Like instead of like how I had Quinn come in. You come in, you have free access to whatever you need. I told him you can use my office, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
We won't reach out to other people until, we need you. Can you come here like for an hour or so and talk to the kids and hopefully something happen? No, we got to have that consistently
You're
based.
being proactive
Exactly.
rather than being reactive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the fact that Quinn is in the school, Quinn can come to the school whenever he needs to. He can host groups. He can do whatever he has to do. We don't do that a lot. And I think that's going to be the biggest issue. And the district, just like I said, is going to have to step it up a lot, you know. I'm just glad to be the one
pioneering. Making it happen. Making it happen.
And I guess to be fair to the district, they have to operate with the level of red tape that we just, because of our relationship and that trust, that we didn't have to. So I will say it was very much able to be a simplified approach. I called him. He said, come in. He already has students that he has impact with. And then, the other part of it is just doing the work and knowing that like the process will work. You got to just trust in the process partly. You got to do it somewhat blind. So like there wasn't a lot of plan. When we did the lunch duty, that table wasn't like jumping. They wasn't, like I'm out there, most of them is walking past me like, who is this weirdo in this school? Like I always wear my shirt so they know who I am, because it's like I'm a table out there with information. They at lunch. They try to chill. So it's like you got to be able to you got to till the ground, like you said. It's in consistency. So it's in being there every so often. The first time they see me, they're like, who is this guy? Next time I'm gonna probably be in my same shirt, my similar, and I wear my I be trying to be so I wear my little sneakers, my Jordans, whatever. So everybody like, I remember dude, he had the Awaken shirt on, he had the sneakers on. I'm wearing my little chains so I can try to look as young as possible, like looking like I'm cool. But they like that's something they gonna notice, and I'm there again. And I brought the videos out, or I have a sign and say, look, you want to make some money? Ask me how you can make some money. So it's knowing, simplify. Like they are mostly there to troll me. That's it's their entertainment. It's their entertainment for lunch. But a few people go actually ask, like, well, what you doing? And then once we start, all I need is a conversation. Then I can just tell one of them, and they go tell it. I know somebody who could do this, or such and such should be doing this, or and so it's just going, like you said, that consistency, being there, because eventually they like, well, you here, you must want something. What you want? What you got? And then once you explain the product, the program sells itself once you believe it. It do sound too good to be true, but like once you test it, so like with a day like the sign is like, oh, this is a real thing. Like everybody was watching and not the sign is looking like, hey, I probably should have signed up. So like now we come in this year, I'm sure it's probably gonna be a lot of people who are already prepared for that. Like you said, other schools are gonna be trying to get in line too. So now it's just the first year is making that noise. The second year is being organized. So now is when they come asking, oh yeah, absolutely, we got a plan laid out just like this. So now it's year two. Year two, you just expand out.
So speaking of other schools, would you guys be willing to help other schools in the district, potentially replicate this relationship and teach them how to do this effectively how you guys have?
Absolutely. And I've talked to my supervisor downtown to talk to other people at different especially the high schools, let them know, hey, this is a program that's going on. Like you said, word of mouth is a huge thing.
Exactly.
So when all this is happening, I was sending the emails. They knew about the signing. I make sure they see everything. So they'll know, hey, this is what's going on.
That's good. That's good.
Get on board. It's a good program. They got what you need. You don't got to do nothing. I didn't have to do nothing. My thing was make sure they came to the meetings, make sure I contacted parents, and make sure they did what they had to do, so it was an easy job for me. Quinn did all the work, so that's why I was telling my other coworker, I'm like, just get them there, find people. There's many people you can. Everybody's not going to college. Get these kids that don't want to go to college, and let's get them to the point. All they got to do is just hear about it. And then let them decide if they want to do it or not.
And I was really big also with This year was kind of a test run. So you do got to see, you got to knock the kinks out. So it was very much, Guilford is a place that as much as they trust me, I trust them as well too. That I was able to run a program like that and just be able to see all the way through, because it is something that like, it's new. So we don't know, what kinks are going to come up, what, red tape we're going to run into, or hurdles or stuff like that. To do it in this like sample size, know that, oh yeah, this is absolutely what we need to be doing, and be able to fine tune it. So now that when it goes to the full district, we are, we've kind of knocked out some of those wrinkles, even though we're going to hit more, but as we grow. But definitely to be able to get that sample size, to be like, okay, this is how we did it, this is exactly how we did it, before trying to present it to the entire district.
Yeah. And I know one thing, and it also helps with is to push the student. Like we had a student, I ain't gonna say his name, but we had a student who wasn't gonna graduate. Like he was off track. He wasn't gonna graduate. So we sat down and talked to him, Quinn talked to him, even Mr. Carter pulled him and talked to him. Like, look, we have this signing coming up. Your name is on this signing. I need you to graduate. He has a lot of stuff going on at home that he needs to take care of, and I get it. He had to grow up a little bit too soon, but it is what it is. But I'm like, hey, you have an opportunity to make your life better. I need you to graduate. And literally, like, once we got done talking to him, he got his work in. He was in my office every day, every morning. He beat me in my office. He was doing work, turning in work, catching up. And he graduated, Because I told Quinn, like, bro, it's not looking good.
There's one on your list.
Right. So I don't think he's going to make it. And he proved me wrong. And that's all it was, just that push, like, hey, we have something set up for you. All you got to do is do your part. And when I say he did it, he graduated. And,
that's amazing. That's amazing. When it comes to your vision of this partnership, what is it that you see kind of expanding for opportunities and students in the trades? So like with this partnership, in what ways do you think that it can kind of expand for the students that are interested in going into trades?
I would say earlier awareness, so them knowing earlier, so being able to get more years in. Like right now we're working, you can start working, man, it's so quick. The turnaround is so quick. It's within months. Our full program for post-grad is only 8 to 10 weeks. And 8 to 10 weeks, we could be sending you off to employment. And so it's like, it's very quick. And so you start to get those years in, as a journeyman or in a full apprenticeship. Like, it's just about getting those years in experience-wise. So, working with the district to kind of figure out, like, some of those hybrid situations where we can start educating kids earlier, whether it's on summer breaks or during Christmas break, or, just taking some of them times to be able to educate them along the way. And so that we can get them moving even faster and kind of get ourselves a pipeline building, to the trades. So that we are just moving that along even smoother, like just making that a smoother process and more aware, so that, like he said, everybody's not going to school, so you can pick that a lot earlier and not necessarily waste your time, but you can be doing something with that time while you're there. Definitely. Especially if it's something that you're interested in.
And that's something I try to push with so we have a production academy. So those are the ones that's out building these homes for houses of manatee and all that. So I'm pushing that with those teachers, like, hey, this is what's going on. These are the schedules. Talk to your students. You see some students that's actually excelling in this program on this academy. Hey, this is a perfect route for them, So that's the biggest thing. I believe we have to get them into our production academy and just push it.
Absolutely. That's wonderful. You all talk a lot about, some of the students struggling with things at home and just having to grow up fast and quicker. When it came to dealing with a lot of the students in trades and signing them up, what was the emphasis that you guys provided with their mental health and their emotional well-being, and how did you help navigate in that aspect?
I would say, like, for the student I was just talking about, he had to grow up a little, quicker than normal. But, man, I think it just opened his eyes a lot more. So what I had to do is, one, be his accountability partner. Like, hey, I'm here. I'm going to make sure you do what you got to do. I'm going to push you, make sure you, get everything turned in. If you need help, call me, going that extra step. Sometimes you got to answer emails at 3 or 4 in the morning because that's when they up to work. So, you know, so it's going that extra mile, and all of them had my work number, so you know, they knew they can call me whenever. I was always available. And they did. You know, hey, this is me. I gotta get this work turned in. I don't know how to do this, whatever. So I help with that. You know, get them turned in. So just being there for them. You know, and let them know that, hey, I got you. I'm supporting you. That's number one, support. You know, because some students don't have that support at home. You know, they don't have their parents at home. They're raising themselves, and that's the biggest thing. So just showing that you are there for them, that you're going to support them, it helps. You know?
Yeah, I think besides support is being transparent.
Yes,
they so much of it is they're seeing so many things that are put together, or they are like perfect, or like, you know, a certain way, and it's like, if I'm not doing this the perfect way or the beaten path, a lot of time it's like, well, I know where I need to get, I don't know how to get there. And so it's like, or it's like, once I failed, now what? So if I done kind of screwed up a little bit, like getting back on track doesn't always seem like the easiest thing to do, because a lot of times, especially in high school, we are preaching the beaten path because most people are on that path. And so it's us being transparent. I know I'm always transparent with my failures. Like, this is how I failed. This is why I failed. This is what I was doing. This is my part in it. This is the thing maybe I couldn't control, but these are things I could control that I decided to not control, and this is what happened. So like, take my advice. Don't fall the same way I fell. You going down this road, it's a hole right there. Don't step in it. Right. And then if you still step in it, okay, you stepped in it. This is how you clean yourself up. So it's like, you know, kind of getting into their story, and remember my own story, remember myself at 17, 18, 19. I was that kid who was good enough that you wasn't watching. So you wasn't watching me that closely because I wasn't gonna get in a whole lot of trouble, but I was gonna make some bad mistakes. I did make mistakes because of things I just didn't know. And we're all going through that, especially at that age. We still going through that at this age, at 37, big old 37. I'm still making mistakes and cleaning it up. Really?
I had to do it.
One time for the one time.
Man, you both have so much just passion and character and experience that you bring in when you work with these students, and when you're transparent and you're real with them. Where does just the character come from?
Me personally, I think it's just natural. Like, I love people. I'm an introvert. I love people though. And I always want to be something that I wish I had when I was younger. You know, we didn't have a lot of mentors. You know, I literally had. I don't want to make this a whole race thing, but I literally had one black teacher my whole life. You know, and that was Mr. Collins. He was the band teacher at Reese. You know, so and he was, God bless him. So different. But I just want to be that educator for the other students. You know, and it helps. It helps. It
I can
really
imagine.
does.
I think for me, this is where I found purpose in life, period.
Absolutely.
It's just being able to teach something that I learned. Because for me, that was my whole thing as a kid. Like, I did have a lot of, I feel like I drew from a lot of people. So I feel like I had a lot of mentors and people that I was just watching, but it wasn't in the house. So like I was trying to learn everything. That's how I learned everything, was watching everybody else. And I'm like, okay, how you doing that? Okay, this is how you doing this. Okay, that's just how I learned stuff. So like he said, being somebody that I didn't have, somebody who is like absolutely like you watching. I'm seeing somebody watch them do something. Let me come beside them. No. Do it this way. Do it like this. Do it specifically like this for this reason. So it's like being able to be that in any space is. I feel like for me that is purpose work. So this is exactly that. This is me trying to recruit somebody to make a change for their life, and that I'm here for 24/7.
I look at my life. I wasted so many years, you know, doing nothing. Like, I got out of high school, went to school for a little bit, college. That was whatever. I came back home, and I'm like, I'm gonna make some money. So I got a good job, you know, thank the Lord for that. But I'm like, this is not my life, you know. It was, I kid you not, I was sitting at my computer because at that time we was working from home, and I'm sitting at my computer. I'm like, this could not be life, you know. I just don't feel like I'm making an impact on anything. I'm just here making a check. Miserable, but making good money. So it was like the Lord just opened up this opportunity for me to come into the schools, not knowing all the things I was going to be doing, but he definitely opened up this door. And man, just to see the major impact that we're making is it's mind blowing, So it is God's plan. Thank you, Drake. God's plan,
You talk a lot about God, and you talk a lot about, you being a youth pastor. How has your faith just been able to help you when you're working with the students?
Man, let me tell you, it taught me a lot of patience.
Yeah.
It definitely taught me a lot of patience because that's something that I did not have. Like Quinn was saying, we expect children to make mistakes, So I have to keep that in mind. But man, just praying, asking God to show me the way, lead me in the right direction, bring good people into my life, good organizations to my life, and just continue to keep me grounded. My faith in God has also attached to a lot of the students, like a lot of students who've seen, hey, Mr. D go to church, he's still cool, he's still whatever. I had a lot of kids who got baptized, just being a part of my connection, whatever. They were like, I want to get baptized. So they came to my church, got baptized, went to Pastor Ballard Church, got baptized, and it was just an amazing thing to see. So I feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. We're supposed to be the light of the world. So people should see something in you, right? And want to be like you. So I think that's a blessing,
That's amazing.
Yep,
That's
for
amazing. Sure. Do you guys have any last words, any words of advice for any of our viewers, anybody who's watching this, just, about the trades, about, their belief in themselves, or just anything?
Be on the lookout. We are coming. We will be everywhere you are. You will see flyers. You will see videos. You will see podcasts. We are here. We are here. We're here to stay. Tell everybody. Tell everybody.
Definitely. There's something for everybody, and I think out of all this, just having good relationships with each other can help build something bigger. So,
Dominique, how can people get in contact with you?
Oh, okay, yeah. So, you can in the District 205, you can email me Dominique.Marshall@RPS205, or you can find me on Instagram, Bishop10, or Facebook, Dominique Bishop Marshall. Let's contact me that way.
Yeah. Quentin, for anybody who's interested in the Awaken Foundation and learning more about the program, particularly the partnership, how can they get in contact with you?
So on Facebook, we are under Awaken Foundation L3C. You can go to the website, www.awakenfoundationl3c.com. If you want to reach me personally, my work email is Q Thomas QThomas@awakenfoundationl3c.com. And the cell phone number is 815-274-9002. We get it out.
Yes. Well, thank you for even being willing to come and talk to us, share your experience with the students. The partnership between you guys has been impeccable, amazing, really setting the groundwork for, I know I must keep saying it, historical for the first signing out here.
Absolutely.
I keep saying that because that's big. You guys are really doing, like we said earlier, real work. You really have boots on the ground. You're in there with the students every day making a difference. So we definitely appreciate that. And for anybody who's interested, definitely tap in with us. We want to just say thank you. And we also want to take a moment to thank our sponsors of CEJA, Clean Energy, Climate Works, and Illinois Tollway. So once again, this has been another great episode. And then we can wrap it up.
Thanks for spending time with us here on Awaken, Building Bridges, Bridging the Gap. We hope today's conversations inspired you and gave you a new perspective on trades and the people behind them.
And before we wrap up, we want to thank our sponsors for truly making this possible. We'd like to thank CEJA, leading the way in clean energy opportunities, Climate Works, powering careers and sustainability, and the Illinois Tollway for investing in infrastructure and workforce pathways. Their support allows us to keep these conversations going and speak to viewers like you.
Until next time, keep building purpose through the trades.
And keep building bridges in your own community.